Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be going over the hidden features on the BMW F20, and this also applies to the F22. Now this car started production in 2011 and ran all the way to 2019. There wasn't really many changes apart from the headlights because it was an LCI version, and also a few other features of the steering wheel and things like that. The rest of the car inside is realistically the same. So we're going to go over all the hidden features, and I'm going to show you what these cars actually have, which a lot of you guys actually don't know. So let's go over it.
What? Goddamn, get it done, will ya? Woo! When the blow up now, everybody's so unusual with it. Shit. But said times in his rhymes, cause his memories. We running through New York, so you know.
So okay guys, let's get in the BMW F20 and start showing you all the hidden features inside this car. Okay, so now we're inside the BMW F20. There's many hidden features on this car that a lot of people are not aware of. So if I just put the ignition on, right there, you'll see you've got all your controls right here. Now, the first hidden feature on this car, which a lot of people ain't really aware of, is these buttons are actually touch sensitive. A lot of people try and press them. They are not press buttons. So for instance, if you see here, I'll just rub my finger along and you'll see up here all the unassigned numbers right there. Now you can see here, they're all touch sensitive, completely touch sensitive as I'm rubbing my fingers. Now when we stop that, we can actually press them as well, if you see, and that's to assign each number for your profile. Now we're not going to do that because as you see there, it says press and hold down for favorite key. Now the next one on these, which I'm going to be showing you, is inside the iDrive. Now inside the iDrive, you have a lot of different things here. Now some people call it the iDrive, some people call it the CIC. So what we're going to go over to is vehicle information. And if you see here inside, you've got your efficient dynamics, which you can customize right here if you really wanted to. Shows your consumption history, your efficient dynamics history, and everything else. You've also got in here sport displays, so we can go into sport displays, and if you'll see there, it shows you the sport displays on your CIC when you're in sport mode, which that comes on when you activate this sport button right here and pull it in sport mode. They'll automatically come on. Now you've also got your vehicle status, which is right here. Now this will show your TPMS if you've got it fitted to your wheels, obviously all your service history, engine oil, and everything else. You've also got in here you've also got the owner's handbook. Now if many of you guys don't know, when you buy these cars, a lot of the time they don't come with a manual, and that's because the owner's handbook is actually all built in on the system. So whatever it is you're looking for, you'll be able to find very easily. So if you can see here, you can search for whatever it is you need. So if we just click air conditioning and we do automatic air conditioning, it will show us how to use it. So it will show you everything on how to use it. If you can see here, you can see all the different settings, calling function, it tells you what buttons for what. Other things here is search by pictures. So you can run a search by pictures on the car as well. So you can search which one does what. So you've got the thread for towing eye, you've got wheels and tires, you've got the animated explanation. So if we just click that one, you'll see here the auto stop start function, and you've also got the speed limit information, high beam assistance. We've got it all. So if we put speed limit information, you'll see here, you can do a playback of what it actually does.
The system displays the current speed limit in the instrument cluster.
So as you can see here, it actually speaks to you as well and tells you what it actually does and how it works.
No overtaking signs are also displayed.
So if you can see, it's got everything.
Within a given scope, a camera near the interior rearview mirror monitors the traffic signs along the side of the road.
And that's what you can do with the animated settings as well. Now, if we go into settings, you'll see here we've got control display, and we can customize the brightness and everything else. You also have the info display, which you can put on whatever you want. Now, bearing in mind, this is a split screen unit. So it's split screen, so you can use two things. We've also got here the tone for the stereo, so you can adjust all the treble, bass, balance, fader, whatever it is you want. And you'll find your Logic 7 in here and your Harman Kardon if you have it fitted to adjust the amp on that as well. You've also got speed here, so you've got a warning where you can set it a warning, and you've also got the limiter on the steering wheel, which is right here if you wanted to limit the speed, and that warning will notify you if you're going over the speed limit. In the climate section, this is for your timers. This is to activate the timers for it to come on, to activate independent ventilation, so you can activate it for however long you want. You've also got your lights in here as well, so you can customize all the lighting on your car. So if you'll see there, I've got the sport lighting. You can customize the ambient lighting on here. You can do classic, sport, whatever it is you want. You've also got the brightness for your lights. You've got your home lights as well. You've got your triple turn signals, your daytime driving lights, your welcome lights, all in there to customize. Now on the door locks, you can customize the door lock, so you can customize it right here to open all doors or the driver's door only. You've got the last seat position, which will go into automatic. So if you've got memory seats and you press your key and the seat is in the wrong position, it will pull it into the right position for you, and that will go for your steering wheel as well if you've got electric steering wheel. You've also got relock if no door is opened, lock after drive away, which is where all your locks will go down as soon as you drive over, I believe it's 7 kilometers an hour. You've got the acoustic signal for locking and unlocking, visual signal for locking and unlocking. Now, many of you won't see the acoustic signal for locking and unlocking, and what that is where the car beeps when you lock it. You can also customize how high you want the noise to come through, or if you want it low or normal. That's another one which a lot of you will not see on your CIC, and that's purely because that's a coded in option that I done. Now on here, you've got also your Eco Pro mode. So you've got it tells you at 75 miles an hour to go into Eco Pro. And if you can see here, a lot of people ain't aware of this. If you take off certain things, it will tell you the potential of how much better the Eco Pro is going to be. For instance, if I take off the climate control, you'll see that goes down dramatically on the Eco Pro. And if I take off the Eco Pro limit, you'll see it's not going to benefit much if I take all that off. Now, if we put all that on, each one on will benefit to nearly 100% of it getting good miles per gallon. Now, a lot of people ain't aware of that if you do turn that off, your miles per gallon will go down. They set it automatically for the best eco driving style. Now down here, you've got your profiles. Now you can customize profiles. You'll see my one right here, and you can also delete them. A lot of people don't get in these cars and are not aware that you can actually delete previous owners' profiles, and they'll end up using the old person's name. Now, if you see, you can also import profile from USB and export, which I'll show you in a minute. But down here, if you just press the option button, which we'll press right here, you'll see here we go into split screen, which we can have, which we've got it off at the moment. You've also got switch off control display, transferring data via Bluetooth device, shown as handbook, rename the current profile or reset the current profile. Now, a lot of people ain't aware of that they can use the option button on this car. The option button is there for a reason, and it will let you make a lot of adaptations on each menu you're on. Now, I'm just going to put on split screen so many of you guys can see. And if you can see here on the split screen, I've got the Journey computer, which you can also change. Now, if we go into split screen display, you can pull it for the map. You can pull it as the position, onboard computer, efficient dynamics, entertainment details. So if we just press entertainment details, it will tell you on the DAB what song you're listening to and what radio station. Now, that's the one I usually like to keep it on, is that one. But a lot of people, it depends on what you prefer to have on there. Now, a lot of people prefer to have the miles per gallon, the range and everything else. But if you have the instrument cluster like I do here, you'll notice you've got it all right here. Now, another function on these is that if you hold the BC button, BMW's done this for a long time, many years, it will reset all your miles per gallon and everything else. So if we just go onto one and reset it, so if we just clear this one and we hold the BC button in, you'll see it resets. Now, this is how you skip through all your menus, especially when you code things in on the BC button. For instance, if I go through, and many of you guys will notice, I've got the digital speed, which is right down there. That's another coded in options to have the digital speed right there. And I've also got the speed limit warning, as you guys would have seen on the video. My car is actually fitted with that. Not everybody's car is fitted with that. But these is how you get to the hidden features. A lot of people get in, and if you do buy this with the speed limit info, it will not immediately just show. You will see the screen like that. And a lot of people think, why can't they see the speed limit warning? That's because you have to click the BC button to get to it, otherwise it will be hidden. A lot of people have no need to use it. It just depends on the person. But that is how you get to your speed limit info. Now, the next one I want to speak about is under the armrest. A lot of people are not aware. Under here, you have your aux and your USB. Now, the reason I'm showing this is purely for one reason. That aux is for playing music, which is fine enough, but this car has Bluetooth audio. The next one is this USB is for plugging your iPod or your phone to transfer data to the system, the CRC system. So for instance, music and whatever else you want to play via this USB port right here. Now, a lot of people seem to believe, if we just open up the glove box, you'll see in here, there's another USB right up here. This USB port is not for charging and not for transferring music or anything else. This USB is purely for updating the actual CIC system and the updates. A lot of people seem to try and use that and wonder why it's not working. This one is on a separate link for this system, and it's only for updating the whole system or sending updates there, and also to import profiles, as you would have seen. That is not for putting your music in and plugging it up. Yes, it may charge your phone, but it's not going to let you play music. If you want to play music, it will be this one right here you need to use. So the next one is the dip mirror in reverse, which a lot of people are none the wiser that they actually have this on their F20. So I'm going to be showing you how you actually do that when you put the gear shifter into reverse. So the first thing you're going to want to do is move your slider over to the right. Then what you're going to want to do is put this in reverse, and you should see your mirror drop just like that. And if you'll see there, my mirror dropped, so we'll move it back into D, and you'll see the mirror go up. Then we'll pull it in reverse while you guys are watching, and you'll see the mirror just tilt downwards. And that is to help you actually park so you don't curb your wheels, because obviously in the UK we park on the left side of the road. So that is why the mirror actually dips down. And if you can see, it goes back up again. So that is another hidden feature that you can do with the switch, move over to the right. Now, another one on these is, a lot of people ain't aware, if you have a button right here with a turning arrow, that will mean you have power fold mirrors. Now, what you can do is actually close your mirrors. Now, you can do that also on the key, but it has to be coded in. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is the mirrors actually come down at 25 miles per hour if you don't put them down. But there's a button here which a lot of people don't even know about. They're either looking for these cars or they buy the car and have no idea what that button does. There's another button here, and that will be to retract your power fold mirrors and also put them down. You can do that whenever you wish, but BMW does not set it for the key based on the fact that it can end up breaking the motors in the mirrors, and that's why they don't want you to do that. So if you do have that button, you will have power fold mirrors. Now, another one of these which a lot of people ain't aware of is the electronic gear shifter. Now, I'm going to show you a feature on this which a lot of people ain't aware of, and it's actually a really, really good safety feature by BMW. So if we put the car in drive and we just move it over to sport right there, what a lot of people don't understand is they think they have to move it back to drive and then have to press park and do all that, but you actually don't. This is not like the old gear shifters. On these gear shifters, you can leave it in sport, literally press P, and it will go back into position itself, as you saw there. There is no need to actually put it back into D to pull it into park. This is an electronic gear shifter. It moves itself back into position. This is obviously the latest technology by BMW, and it's really, really advanced now. Therefore, it's not like the old ones in the E60s and E90s where you had to do that. These ones is very, very simple. You just D, and if you're in sport or even in drive, you just press P and it will go. And the same thing for in drive, in manual and sport mode, press P and it will move itself back into position without the need for you to do that. Now, another one on the BMW F20, which a lot of people ain't aware of, and this also applies for the F22 and F30, is underneath right here. Now, if you look up underneath, you'll see right here, there's a cigarette lighter socket for charging, which a lot of people ain't aware of. It's right here. That's a 12-volt supply to charge your phone or anything else you want to charge. Now, BMW did put one down here, then that's really for either dash cams or sat navs, so the wire looks neat and stays out the way and nobody can really interferes with it. So there is one down here if you need to charge your phone, and it's right here, the 12-volt socket. If you would have seen my blower motor video, you will know I actually disconnect that to get to the blower motor, but that is hidden down here in the floor, which I think is a really tidy hidden feature of BMW. I believe this 12-volt cigarette lighter is a really good addition for BMW to actually put one down here, especially these days with everyone fitting dash cams and sat navs. You can run the wire from down here and then straight under there. Now, you do have another one right here, which isn't really a hidden feature, which many people are going to know what that is, and that's why BMW gave another one. So if case, you know, your passengers want to charge or anything else, their phone, they can do just down here, which is right there. Now, another hidden feature on this car is the actual fact that you can use Office to receive your text messages and email. Now, a lot of people ain't aware of that, but you can actually get your text messages and email up on your Office on your screen, and it will actually come through on the CIC. Mine does it all the time when my text messages will show with my iPhone. I have updated this to the latest firmware, therefore it does receive texts, and I have coded it in to have texts and email on the screen. Now, if we go back to menu, another feature which a lot of people ain't aware of either is in the CD and multimedia, you've got your aux, and you've also got obviously your Bluetooth audio, which you'll see right here. Now, if we just go back out of that, you'll also see music collection. Now, music collection, you can actually rip your music from CD or USB via the CD drive right here to the built-in hard drive on the iDrive system, which is here. You can actually rip music very easily, so therefore it's always stored on the hard drive. Now, I'm not sure if mine will show the actual album cover or anything else because I haven't tried it, but I'm pretty sure being on the latest firmware, I should be able to stream music covers and whatever else, the same as on Spotify. But I will be trying, and we'll be doing a video regarding that, how to rip music to your actual hard drive, because I know there's still a lot of people that do prefer that method, especially with Spotify. Even on Bluetooth audio, you can get a connection and lose connection, you won't be able to play your Spotify. So that is another feature on this system that you can do, which a lot of people ain't aware of, is that you can rip music to it. Now, if you see there, you've also got CD and DVD. Now, you can also watch DVDs in motion. Now, this one, we don't have a DVD in here, but it is coded to have DVD in motion via the CIC also. So you can watch movies on the go via this screen, which is, again, is what a lot of people ain't aware of. You can watch DVDs and whatever else you wish to watch on here, as well as CDs, so it is playable by all formats. So the next one I'm going to speak to you about is regarding the key. A lot of you are probably not aware of the functions that you can actually do with your F20 on the key. Now, in the UK, a lot of these features are already coded in from the factory, but I know in the US and certain other countries you may have to code them in, because I know in the US, BMW don't give a lot of these features. So the first one we're going to do right now is just lock the car up. So that'll be the first one we do, so we'll just press that to lock it. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to unlock the car, but we're also going to hold the unlock button. So if we just hold the unlock button, you'll see here all the windows come down on the car. Now, every single window would have come down on the car, including the fronts and the backs. Now, this is also called total closure. I don't know if you call it total open for it opening, but it's actually called a feature called total closure for BMW. Now, as you see, the windows are open. You can do that in hot weather in case you need to get in and you don't want, obviously, because you've got black interior, to actually get in and actually burn yourself. So therefore, you can actually open up all the windows. Now, if we just hold the lock button again, we hold it and lock it. This is the total closure feature. So as you'll see there, all the windows are coming up, and that will lock all the windows and shut them, and also lock the car up. This is a feature that's been on BMW for many years, and a lot of people are probably already aware of this. But if you ain't aware of that, that is how you actually do that on your BMW F20 with ease like that. You can just simply open all the windows and close all the windows from your key fob. Now, another one that you can actually code in on the fob itself is you can actually code the trunk release button as an alarm button. So basically a panic button to trigger the panic alarm on your car. For instance, I don't know, if you was being attacked or something, you can actually use a siren on your car to let people know you're being attacked. Or you can use it to actually find your car in a car park. If you forget where it is, you can actually chirp the horn and find the car, because obviously these cars don't have it locked in on GPS, so you could therefore can just do that via the key. Now, there was a function on these when they come out to actually see where your car was parked on BMW Connected, but I believe you had to pay a subscription service for that. But if you don't have that, you can easily code that signal on the key to actually make it chirp, so you can actually find the car. Okay guys, so as you've seen there, we've now gone over the hidden features on the BMW 1 Series F20, and obviously this does apply to the BMW F22 as well. Now, everybody's features will be different depending on what was spec'd and what was coded in from the factory when the car was purchased brand new. And it also is different based on what you have coded in on your options, depending on what you've got fitted to your car. Depending on the optional equipment that you have fitted, you can do a lot of different things. If you've got the memory seats, you can make a moving position, but if you don't have that, you can't do that. So certain options you would have seen on my car may be different for your car. So just bear that in mind when you're following this video. So I hope this video is going to help a lot of you guys understand how your BMW F20 actually works and what you can and can't do with the car. Yes, there is a hidden feature in the onboard computer as well, but I don't see how that's actually relevant and why I would need to access that when I use the software to diagnose these cars. That does not give you a clear understanding of what's wrong with your car, and also it doesn't give you correct engine temps or also oil temps on the cluster either. If you want to know any of that information, I strongly recommend you use ISTA, which is the BMW Integrated Service Technical Application Program, to be able to diagnose your car and get a better understanding of it. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is BMW Dr. Dean here, and goodbye.